Two mega powers meeting here tonight.
The mega powers, brother.
The mega, the mega powers, yeah. Mega powers, yeah.
Hello, wrestling fans. This is DJ Magic J with Gandoos, the Hip Hop Original. And we are the Mega Powers TV. And what episode are we on?
Episode number 19.
There you go. And we got Ray Vendetta. And we just found out that this guy is a big wrestling fan. Oh, yeah, we just found out this guy is a big wrestling fan. So, so do you know what? Like, you know, Gandoos, you want to kick it off?
Yeah, man. So, Ray, you know, as we do with the Mega Powers podcast, first question.
I'm new to the thing.
Yeah. So the first question we always ask, you know, Ray Vendetta, man, how did you first get into wrestling? What was the first thing you remember seeing?
The first thing I remember seeing was like Andre the Giant. Andre the Giant choke slamming a guy, and he was just like massive. Hogan, Warrior, Macho Man, that was my era. I saw those guys first. My dad was one of those guys, he was a movie guy, bookshelf full of movies. So like anything that was movie wise he would get, but bringing me into the wrestling thing, talk. He got Sky when it first came out. I don't know how old you guys are. When Sky first came out, it was like early 90s. No, I wasn't even 80s. It was like 90, 91.
Oh, it was Cable came out first,
Cable was already there.
Cable Wireless,
you're right. Yeah. But then Sky came and just killed everyone in like 90, 91. Yeah. And when it came out, they had one sports channel, one movie channel, Sky Movies, Sky Sports, Sky One. And it was just like, it was unique from TV.
Yes.
And you see on Sky Sports, they play wrestling. And then that took me into the chamber. I already had videos of wrestling, but we didn't get to see it on TV then times.
Right.
Sometimes you have family members' house, you see it on, you know what it is, you know the characters, toys are coming out, whatever, with kids. But when Dad got Sky, wrestling door opened up. WrestleManias, Survivor Series, Monday Night Raws, all of that was coming through. Raws later, but just like the main wrestling franchises, the WrestleMania, Survivor Series, and all the rest of them, I started getting fully in with it. Fully.
So who would you say was like your first favorite wrestler? And why?
Ultimate Warrior. The Ultimate Warrior, because he was pure adrenaline.
Yeah.
He come in, he wasn't scared of no one. When you look back on his interviews now, if you know it, you know what it is.
Well, I didn't know what the fuck you were talking about.
But I didn't know either. But
who named the Gallon Sticks to start the move?
And he's just breathing and walking around the room, breathing, just nodding and pacing. I'm just like, this guy is crazy. Like, whoever he goes out to face now, they are finished, man. I used to love it. And his music was crazy. It was just some mad guitar. And he came and he shook the ropes. He ran in the fastest out of any wrestler. He ran right to the ring. He dived into the ring. And he just walked in the square, just shaking every rope. I said, like, whoever comes in out there, finished, man.
It's so funny you said about the Ultimate Warrior, because like I got one of my cousins here called Striker. Yeah, he loved Ultimate Warrior. But do you know what? I liked him. But do you know what? His moves, his wrestling moves was very basic, just like Hulk Hogan. Very basic. I didn't like basic wrestlers. Like I prefer people like Shawn Michaels.
Gandoos asked me the question a bit deeper.
To you
like
know,
your technical wrestlers,
British
and
Bulldog,
guys
and
that
them
could
man
like actually throw it down. Warrior was a pure energy thing to me.
Yeah.
Like if he was the guy in Arabia, the parties mash up, man. Everyone's loving it when Warrior comes on the stage. Metaphorically speaking, if it was a rapper or something. But it's just like the technical wrestlers. If you're talking like wrestling, Mr. Perfect. Yeah, we took him out man's that could like do some stuff, man. Bret the Hitman Hart, shoot you up, excellence execution.
Yes.
When he's fighting you, it's just bare calculated, man. Whatever you do, man's counteracting. Shawn Michaels, obviously. I don't like what he done to Mighty Jannetty. When we saw that, man, we remember just like hurt. We just like, oh, what? He kicked his brother through Brutus's window, man. Kicked him in his face. Remember that? Kicked him in his face. He was done. He went through the glass. He was bleeding. We were there like, we were at home like this. What? Why did you do that to him? He said, and it was just finished. And we said, oh, why did you do that to him? Even in school next day, like, gee, what's Sean done to Marty? Just like, he just kicked him through the glass, man. The Rockers are finished. We were upset, man. I like the Rockers, man.
Yeah.
Legion of Doom, the Rockers. Yeah, man.
So in that era, what main eventers was you most excited to watch?
Main event is that era. Hogan, obviously, man. Hogan was the franchise star. Macho Man.
Yeah.
Macho Man always put on a show, man. When he married Elizabeth, man, that wasn't even no wrestling shit, but it's just like, this was like some moment in wrestling, man. He married me and she, ooh yeah, and all that. They're like, he's like, ooh yeah. And he's just there, Macho, that moment. Undertaker, man. All like the main Undertaker moments, he was just like the what do they call him, the phenom, innit?
Phenom.
Yeah.
Yeah, listen.
Like a dead man.
Undertaker, man used to just bust him up. They do their special move, and then
He still
people
gets
think it's
up.
done. He just sit up.
Yeah.
My brother loves Undertaker. Big up Killer Blitz.
But you know, I love Undertaker, yeah. But the Undertaker that I loved is when he came to Badass. You know what I mean?
Oh,
The
right.
rock and roll,
Oh,
the
that,
bikes,
yeah, a
the
bit more.
tattoos,
No, I like the
the
old
leather.
I like the old one.
Yeah, the original OG.
I like
OG
the
Undertaker.
original Paul Bear. Rest in peace, Paul Bear. The shaking the hand. That's just like we used to get scared before his matches. We used to get scared.
Do you remember when the Undertaker first came in, and then he saw the kids in the audience, their faces looked like they wanted to cry.
They were shook.
They were
Everyone was
shook.
They
They were like, what the fuck is gonna
They don't want to
happen?
interact with him. They were shook in the front.
Yeah.
And then when Kane came out, I love that saga that WWE's
Yeah,
done.
because
Kane
obviously,
come out, your brother.
obviously, Undertaker was called Kane the Undertaker
Yeah.
when he first
brother.
came. Then they stripped that Kane part.
But the whole storyline of Kane getting bun up and shit is when the mask and that Undertaker neglected his brother and shit. So
Yeah.
there's sworn enemies. And now you see Kane with his mask off on some executive shit.
Right.
Yeah.
You mentioned something like briefly earlier about Warrior's interviews and his train of thought and looking on it now and just thinking to yourself, where?
What the fuck was he saying?
Yeah.
Freestyling, what was he
No,
just...
I think with Warrior, I think during that time of wrestling, big up Mickey Rourke, man, that wrestling movie, it showed a lot of insight into that wrestling life, but it's just like, a lot of them man was on steroids and cocaine and certain other substances them times, and I think Warrior was on it highly. But it was like, it was controlled, but like crazy. And I'm looking back on it and seeing that, the way he was in the interview, sometimes he wasn't even there.
Yeah.
I saw when he done the Ultimate Maniacs interview the other day, it was on Facebook, I was dying. I must have saw at 9:30, I woke up, I was in a bit of a shitty mood, and I was going through my scrolls and I saw that they were in orange and yellow.
Yeah.
And I remember it because I had it on video.
Yeah.
It brightened my day up instantly.
Yeah.
But then after I thought about where it was like, man, he was caught up, man. This is there, he was just going around. I remember Macho was talking, he was just in the back going like that. Just shaking his head, going like that, so looking around like gonna kill someone. It's going like that, pumping up. It's like, yo, man, he was still one of my favorites, man.
So what do you think about, like, you know, all the sudden deaths of wrestlers in the last 20 years of, like, you know, every one of them, majority of them, you know, 95% of them or 98% of them dying from heart attacks, like you saying, you know, the Ultimate Warrior, because remember he done his speech, and then the next day he's gone. So what do you think about, you know, in the last 20 years or even 30 years of wrestlers dying from the same
things.
heart attacks?
You know, I feel with the wrestlers that the heart attacks, steroid induced, drug abuse induced from years. They lived that life. I've heard certain things Ric Flair said and certain other mans that are still surviving and got their everything in tune. Talk about the days, and it's just like a lot of men indulged in that like heavily and paid the consequences for it. Even one of my favourites, and it's like, it's hard to say his name and not say his name, Chris Benoit. Wicked.
He was one of my favourite wrestlers. He was like
his manoeuvres, the way he fought, he was a proper wrestler.
Yes.
The WWE thing, entertainment wise, okay, but he was a wrestler. Like certain other man, Bob Backlund's and other names I can put in were proper wrestlers. Kurt Angles, they were wrestlers. And this is like what he done. This is like, it's unforgiving.
Yeah.
They took him out the Hall of Fame, rightfully so. And it's just like, you look at it and it's like, he was another guy that's probably that. And they said at the point where he passed away how his brain had deteriorated. And it's like, wow, how though? He's a professional wrestler. How?
That's from a lot of the chair shots.
Chair shots and his head getting lick out, innit?
Yeah.
His
He
head
used to
getting
do a
lick out.
diving headbutt as well.
Yeah, bang.
So his
get
brain
liquid.
was mashed.
It was
up, bro.
mashed. They said his brain was just at the point. I was just like, it's sad, man.
Yeah. So in terms of like, obviously when you was growing up, or were there any particular matches or pay-per-views that stood out to you for any reason?
When Warrior and Hogan fought for the Intercontinental and World Belt, I don't know if it's Mania 7 or something.
Mania 6.
It's Mania 6, yeah. That's one of my favourites. The one when Hogan had to face Psycho Sid Justice.
Hey.
Woo! Hogan was scared, man. That's the first time I see Hogan scared.
Justice was my guy.
Sid Justice is coming out. You see all the veins in his neck. Popping, ready to smash man's face off. That one.
Sid Justice, yeah. When
he
he
was so good.
When he does his commentary and he talks, yeah, like the way he just straightens his neck and that, then you see the spit and the spit.
and his neck's kind of out of the veins. He was scary. Even as a kid, I was shook of him.
I thought he had a time bomb in his neck. He's gonna blow up.
That fight there, Shawn Michaels when he fought Triple H, when it was that like DX fuck who was going on, and they had to do that ultimate fight, man. And yeah, man. Michael's.
Oh, he had the jeans on. And
Yeah,
street
yeah,
fighting.
that fight there was a standout moment. Undertaker fighting who was it? Am I bugging? Yokozuna.
Yeah.
that fight.
Yeah, because it was so odd.
Oh, the coffin match.
Yeah, the coffin match.
Oh,
Yokozuna Undertaker.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah,
I
Yokozuna
remember that
Undertaker,
now.
and another one, Mankind, when he done a Hell in a Cell match. I don't know who he's facing, and WWE admit this was an accident, and he got thrown off like head first into the desk of the Hell in a Cell.
Wasn't it not Triple H?
He broke his neck.
Versus Undertaker.
Undertaker,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
it.
And he
That's why I
climbed
say
back
Undertaker.
up. He was broken and fucked, and Undertaker said, this wasn't even scripted, and my guy climbed back up. And that was one of my favourite fights. And we thought Mankind was dead. When he went off the thing, rest in peace, Owen Hart, that was an accident, yeah? But that Mankind thing was similar. Mankind went off the thing and he went straight for the announcer's thing, like head first, he didn't even break his fall, we thought he's dead. We were watching him, thought he's dead.
You heard the commentary, there's a...
Yeah. So what do you think of Mankind, Mick Foley, his whole character from how we knew him from probably
Cactus Jack,
from WCW days to now, like, you know, before he retired, that what do you think of him as a whole? Because to me, like, I remember that was at WrestleMania and he came down as all four characters.
All his personality.
That was a Rumble.
Is it Rumble? Yeah, that's it. But what do you think of
When he came out, all of them, we got that guy's him, and he came back.
and all the wrestlers in the ring was like, I threw you out.
He came in 4 times in that match. I remember, man. He got dashed out and came back every time as a different person. Yo, Mankind, Mick Foley, I remember hearing stuff about him before he was like properly into WWE at the time, and he was doing like them Japanese like hardcore wrestling fights.
Death matches,
Yeah,
explosion
the rings were just like barbed wire,
Barbed
and
wire,
like tacks.
Yeah,
And detonated
and fire
charges in the
and all
corner,
that
and
shit.
it's like, what is it? Man was doing this. Come to WWE, it's just like easy money for him, man. I watch his podcast and he's talking about certain fights he had, and WWE going on fuckery to him a lot of years, and it's like, man,
It's half his ears missing as well.
Yeah.
From one of them matches.
injuries he said he got from sustained from their matches. When he talked about that Hell in a Cell and it gave me the insight, I was like, raw. Mick Foley, you're that guy, man.
Man's tooth went through his lip into his nose.
He says Undertaker's all whispering in his ear, man. He's sure you don't want to stop, man. It's like, what's going on? Undertaker's in shock. Well, Undertaker must have been in shock. Like, well, this man just got up, man. His neck should be broken. He should be finished. We're still fighting and people's cheering that. I don't know if I'm comfortable with this shit.
Yeah.
Do you know what, Mick Foley? We have to salute
you, Mick Foley, man.
Give you your flowers.
While I say that, man, Rings of Saturn, my guy, around the time where Mick Foley was Mankind, Rings of Saturn decided to go around our secondary school with a sock on his hand, like Socko. And it had a face drawn on it, and every break time somebody would get it. Like we'd be in a locker room, or you'd be in a canteen, and you see him slipping a sock on the hand, and they go like, yeah, like him. Go over to them, like someone spin him around and just push the sock on them. And then they just choke him with the sock in their mouth, and they just run off around the corner, and nobody know who even did it. Mr. just say, someone go put a sock put in their mouth in the corridor. We need to know who this is. Because they didn't even see it coming.
Hey, if that happened,
Rings of Saturn, I exposed them.
If that happened in my school, yeah,
He was doing
we
that
had
for a
a
minute.
fight.
He was doing that for a minute. They didn't even see it coming because they get held by 2 arms and they get sucked out and they're choking, and someone runs off. Who done that? Don't even know.
See, that's that please don't try at home business.
Yeah, that's
bro.
it. He was doing
But even Rings of Saturn, bro, that name's from Perry Saturn's finishing move, isn't it?
Exactly. Yeah, wrestling. You have to bring him on the thing, man.
That's big.
He
man.
go deeper than I do, man, because I used to go around to him when I was on that fuck WCW shit during the time of Raw and Nitro. Yeah, I was just like, fuck WCW. But what kept me on WCW was they bring out that game on N64 at the time, I think. Nitro. Oh, that game was so good.
Monday Nitro,
We played it all
Revenge.
night. We played it all night. Revenge, all night.
Yeah.
Nobody wanted to go home when
Yeah.
that game was on. 4-player mode, nobody wanted to go home.
Yeah.
Granny's cussing. Bless up, Granny. Granny's cussing. You have to go. You have to go. Yeah, man.
Go your bed. Yeah, I play to a computer.
We're playing GoldenEye. We're playing that. We're playing GoldenEye and that at the same
Mario
time.
Kart.
Yeah, all of that. No one don't want to go to bed. No one don't want to go to bed. Disrupting. Yeah, that game there made me like WCW a bit more. The Stings and bless up Sting. Sting just retired, man. Bless up Sting. He just retired. I saw that, man. an illustrious career, man, one of the best ever to do it.
Right.
And yeah, that made me appreciate WCW a bit more.
So you saying fuck Nitro though? So why was
Yeah,
you
I was
more?
like that.
Why was you more WWF
As a
than
WWE guy
WCW?
from day, man. I never got the WCW videos from my parents when they buy me the wrestling videos, and the figures, like, they were more rubbish. They were like rubber. I'm going back far with you now. The WWF figures had arms that were like this, people.
Yeah.
You could lift it, done that, the leg done that, the body done that.
And the
The
WCW
WCW was just like
the
that.
same
Stiff.
pose.
Yeah, just like that. Just like, oh yeah, I need to improvise how I do the moves of these ones because they're stiff, man. But then that other one, you can bring back the arm, you might lick it in your fingertip. Oh, hurt
The
your hand.
WCW one, each one had a belt though, innit?
Yeah, they had a belt.
Little gold.
Yeah, that's what WWF never had. But you know what? WWF figures was better. That's why I didn't like WCW, because they had them stiff little figures. I thought, they like the rubbish version of WWF.
Where did you used to buy your toys, the wrestling toys?
Woolworths at the time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Woolworths.
Woolworths had them. Toys R Us had them. Wood Green had this shop, man. I don't know
In
if
Shopping
it still
City?
exists. Yeah, and it was just
Sell
like
them
some
cheap,
toy
innit?
type of thing. Yeah, it had bears in them. Yeah, my dad used to go in there and just get packets. I had them from there too. A few places, man. I had a lot of those, man. We used to
the
combine
little
them.
imitation ones as well.
Yeah, the little rubbish
we
ones,
all had
man.
them, bro.
The ones with the Mexican mask on them. The Mexican mask on them with the stiff.
And it's so funny you said that because like, I put up a video on my Instagram story of a guy talking about toys that was reused for different basically characters.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, when I saw that, I was like, oh
Remember
shit!
them,
I
man.
just clocked. That was used for.
Yeah, them characters for that. We used to see them. It's not quite the one.
Yeah, they probably changed the head and
It's
then
alright. It's
and then they changed the color.
They all had He-Man bodies and this everything.
I remember the arms is a big shoulder blade.
So wedge out for no reason.
Big
Wait,
shoulder
wait. Shawn Michaels was that wedge.
I'm telling you, man.
Wow.
The WCW ones, coming back to that, were more accurate though, because they made them in a mold. So you saw the muscle formation and shit.
Yeah,
whereas
yeah.
the WWF ones were just that straight piece of plastic. The arm
yeah.
with the bend, but I like them because they done moves.
Yeah.
They done moves. You can wrap an arm around another one and do a slam or do a clothesline off the top
Yeah.
rope with the arm like that.
Yeah.
They
And
made
some
it
of the
more-
hands that you
Yeah, you still go like that and push
Gorilla press.
and go
Yeah,
gorilla
yeah.
press. Yeah, man, come on. It made it a bit more when you're using your imagination and that's doing that for you at the same time. It's like, yeah, it's the ultimate.
So was you one of those ones you said, okay, then if I'm getting couple toys, I have to get the whole set, the ring,
Yeah,
the
all of that,
cage,
all of that.
everything.
I begged my father for the ring. And when I finally got it, it came, it was the blue WWF ring with the gold sign. And then it had the ring announcer's table next to it with the bell that went bing bing. And then it had 3 buttons. And when you pressed them, coming into the ring, oh my God. And it had different things when you pressed it. Yeah, I had that.
Yeah.
I had that 1992.
Yeah.
And we destroyed
I
it.
remember playing on that, but like, after a while, yeah, me and my cousins ended up being our own commentators.
We done our own thing, you know.
He's like, fuck those guys.
You know, when I was fighting with my brother in wrestling figures, I'll grab this wrestling figure and do some slam with it and go, and he goes, no, now you have to let me do a move, man. Now you have to let me. You have to hold both the figures to do the thing in it. Otherwise, you're just smashing this shit together. And that's how we used to do it, man. And so now you have to make it be fair, man. He does this move, swing it around. My wrestling days is.
Yeah.
I love
Cherished,
those,
man.
that shit. It's
You
cherished.
never lose it, bro. And
Nah,
it's
man, I
funny,
don't.
like it's almost like when you get to a certain age, man, you almost go full circle because you think about the things that make you happiest in life, and then you find that they're still your interest to this day, you know. So saying that, like obviously you've been around different generations of wrestling.
Yeah.
Like which generation really is close to the heart for you?
Oh, that first one, that late 80s into the 90s one, man. Yeah, because that's when I started getting the videos and watching it and begging my parents to stay up for the pay-per-views, which were free back then. Sky Sports, they were free pay-per-views. It weren't no $23.99, people, $95, $92, whatever they want to put it. It was free. You just had to stay up till 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
And because I normally had school most of the next days, because they done on Sundays a lot of the time. It was like my mum and dad would let me stay up for like the first hour and a half of it. My dad would monitor it, and I was just like, Dad, it's not even a main event yet. Like, wait. He's like, nah, man,
After the
Ben.
time you have to get the
Yeah.
VCR.
Yeah.
For the younger
Yeah,
Gen
Dad's telling me
Z's,
taping it. He's taping it.
cassette tape.
Yeah, tape.
Big square black tape we
Tape.
put in a machine and
Yeah,
record.
Dad told me go to bed. He's taping it.
Yeah.
Just like he said, he's taping it. So you can watch it after school
School.
tomorrow, the whole thing.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Why you cleaning up the yard?
Yeah,
Like you're
I'll
watching
put it on. Yeah, I'll put it on. You
put it
can
on.
watch the thing. Yeah. I mean, you have to go to bed in it because I used to go to like 4:30, and then I had school at 8. I had to be up at 7 o'clock. Yeah, it wasn't realistic.
That's mad. So you said you dipped out for a few years, man. What happened?
You know what? It's just naturally just like falling off of shit, man. Just like having a child. You know, I had my first child early, 20 years old. You know, he re-inspired. Funny enough, Raycon Bongo, the golden child. When you see this, you re-inspired the wrestling love within me because he started getting really into it at one stage.
Okay.
I said, oh, and I'm having to buy toys, and it's changed from F to E, and I'm like, I'm not sure how I feel about that. I said, what, entertainment? No, my federation.
Yeah.
You know, that nature stuff. I know they done that with the nature people. Just like, I know, man, nature, WW. I says, okay, let me see what I go on for it now. My son wants the figures. I'm watching it with him, watching Raw with him. Yeah, that really inspired me on it, man.
Yeah.
I started remembering, there's so much I like this. And my son's all shocked how I like it. I'm busting up and watching it with him. He's like, oh, Dad likes this too. Yeah, so that really inspired me.
So through your son, like, who would you say was like your new favorite wrestlers?
New favorite wrestlers? Oh shit. New favorite wrestlers, man. I like Roman Reigns. I think he's sick. There was another guy, he was in WWF and he came out, CM Punk.
Yeah.
CM Punk, heavy. Yeah, man. I think he's really sick with it.
As you've got older, do you have more of an appreciation for the art form now?
Of course, because obviously the myth gets shattered to us when we're young that it's choreographed and it's done a certain way. And my brother, Blinks, you have to change your mind. He didn't want to watch it after that, you know. He loved it. That like shattered the whole thing for him, man. He actually should have.
Yeah.
Bro, you know, I can never watch that after. You know, when it got exposed to me when I was young, I still like it and I pull it. And when I see it I watch it, but I don't feel the same. It's like, you'll feel the same again, man. You have kids or something, you ain't got kids yet. When you have kids or something and then re-inspire, you'll come back on it. But it's like, to me, as an adult, watching wrestling again, what I appreciate now, it's just like the athleticism in it, man. Yeah, man. Just like putting their bodies on the line. There's certain things go wrong, your neck's broken. Your bones are broke. If that goes wrong, you're broken, man. It's not no game. So it's like, you can't, I don't think man should take that shit for jokes. When man used to mock wrestling and ridicule even into adult years, I used to tell them, what, are you mad? You think you could choreograph that and do that to man, certain things? Like the death-defying acts and athletics and acrobatic shit and all. You think you could do that? Like that? Like so precise. That's the element I appreciate in it now.
Yeah. And since we started getting into this this podcast side of things, you know, we get to see behind the scenes a bit more and speak to people that work at wrestling schools, and you see like the level of work that's needed, you know, to train as a wrestler, and it kind of gives you a bit more respect for, you know, just like not every man can do the thing. Like it's hard training, you know. And then obviously you get to know also that the level of skill it takes to be like a CM Punk or somebody that can do them long 15-minute promos, and you know, it's just like going back to the actual art of professional wrestling, man. You know, and nowadays, I mean, a lot of people, ourselves included, are proudly saying that we're wrestling fans again, because we're seeing it being embraced more in public culture,
of course,
in the hip hop culture. A lot of our favorite hip hop artists are proper out there wrestling fans.
I reckon it was always there, but it came more to the forefront over recent years of like artists that came to the front, is coming back and bringing that in. The Guns, the Smoke Dizzers. You know, there's another artist I like called Mickey Diamonds, and he's got a whole series on like Ric Flair, man. Ric Flair was just exuberant. Rolls Royces, chains, fur coats, girls. It's like everything that like a certain aspect of side of hip hop.
He was living the hip hop dream from back
in
the
long
80s.
That's why them same rappers there as kids was inspired by it, and now they're doing their rap shit and it's similar type of thing. It's like, Flair's the guy.
So do you think is good for entertainment, because it is entertainment now that, you know, people like Jake Pauls or the Logan Pauls getting into mixed martial arts sports and wrestling and stuff like that, you know, bringing their fan base into you know, sports that they never really done.
Don't forget Bad Bunny as well.
Oh yeah, Bad Bunny. Oh yeah, I forgot about him. He done good. So what do you think about those type of people, like musicians, YouTubers, you know, getting into wrestling, boxing, MMA, UFC?
I think it's the state that we're at, man. Just in social media as general and just like popular culture and cultures like merging together through this joint ventures or this or that, crossovers. It's been happening for a minute, but I think it's more prominent now. Do I think it devalues that art form or that certain sector of shit? No. I think it increases their awareness and then exposure at one time. But then sometimes shit is just like a commodity, man. Sometimes you just want to see like two people that's in that thing just get down, and that's what that is, isn't it? And him from here doesn't come in that and go on that, and he doesn't go on that. But then sometimes it's but I know what man's like Logan and them is looking at it like it's just like cash cow, man. It's this, that. We can be the biggest amount of hits and get the most amount of views, pay-per-view receipts and all that. They're looking at it like that. So to me, that's some culture vulture shit. That's some like blood sucking out the shit thing to me. But anything else, it's an entertaining aspect for me, man.
So what if Logan says, do you know what? I don't want to do it as for entertainment. I want to do it, full on.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Because obviously he ain't really been doing. He's just come here, there, and everywhere, and he's been your money.
Yeah, it's a money thing. You're gonna do something full on. You're gonna proper like commit yourself to it, man, and get into the discipline of that thing. I think for these man, it's like an opportunity and a window opening at this point where I can jump in this, and it's gonna be like, lucrative here, and I'll do it.
But you know what? They're doing something right.
And I can do it.
Yeah, of course. And they're doing something right because they got the biggest actor in the world, The Rock, is affiliated with wrestling.
There you go.
John Cena, one of the biggest actors in the world, is affiliated with wrestling.
Yes.
Batista, another one, a big actor as well. So they're making like global superstars. And I'm guessing, and I think they're looking at it as Roman's going to be next. So it's getting to the point where WWE might be the biggest thing going because they just passed 100 million subscribers on YouTube. That one of like only 9 people, channels in the whole of YouTube's history.
Remember, The Rock, Triple H, Vince, they're all part of the TKO franchise now. What owns obviously WWE and UFC and stuff like that. So obviously we're going to be definitely seeing a huge market of mixed martial arts wrestlers, coming in, and then obviously those guys going and doing major stuff in Hollywood.
Makes sense. It's been a pattern that way that I've recognized since Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
I think Hogan opened the door for like WWF wrestling in general into Hollywood. Yeah. And everyone followed Zeus behind him.
Yeah.
Macho Man done his own
Macho.
thing. Yeah.
Went in, and then a few more stuff following after that. But I can remember that from like the early 90s, like wrestling being close tied in with Hollywood and everything else outside of it.
Yeah.
And Hogan was probably the first standout superstar of that kind of mode to do that shit.
Have you ever had a chance to see WWE live yet? Or?
Never.
No, so is that on your bucket list of things?
Yeah, of course
to do?
it is. Of course it is. I've tried to go for the tickets a few times for my son. Friends of mine that we got kids at a certain age. When they were that age, we tried to get it. They get sold out in like 2 minutes, man. Not even that. So it's sold out in a minute and a half.
Yeah, that's the
Like, you put out that much tickets in a minute and a half, the internet's crashing, the tickets are finished. I don't get that. That's why I give up with those wrestling tickets, man. I swear.
Yeah.
5 minutes is gone. It's like, rah, it's just come on there. It was just loaded. It was buffering for time, and it says sold out.
That's why, man. With the explosion of the UK independent scene, man, it's definitely worth checking out some local wrestling as well, man. But with you being obviously quite a big guy, was it 6'5"?
6'7".
6'7". Jeez.
Eight probably at like my highest height.
What wrestlers are 6'7", 6'8"?
So you're basically Hogan's height.
Hogan was about that. That's why I said Sid Vicious
So
as well, man.
that's what I'm saying.
Man.
So like, if
Sid,
you,
man, he was there. They were those heights. Andre the Giant was 7'2", 7'3".
So if the opportunity ever came your way, could you ever see yourself getting in the ring?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah?
I do.
What would be your finisher?
My finisher. You know what's a devastating finishing move? I'm gonna name my top 5 devastating finishing moves. This is Ray Vendetta's top 5 most devastating finishing moves ever. The tombstone. Getting dropped on your neck, like in that degree, like straight body, like rigor mortis on your neck, like your vertebrae's done. That's number 1, yeah? Triple H. That finisher, your arms up behind your head, and man drops your face in his knees, like on the floor. Like, forget your facial feature, your neck, your shoulder blades, everything is finished, it's done. All right, number 3, the razor's edge. Man puts you on his back. Man puts you on his back here, 3. I'm on 3 fingers, 3. Man puts you on his back, climbs to the top rope with you, leans you like a crucifix, and drops you on the back of your neck. Like, forget your spine, yeah, that's all done. And for nostalgia reasons, yeah, what man? 4. Devastating finishing moves.
Yes, sir.
Sweet chin music, man.
Woo!
You get a heel in your face like that in your jaw, yeah? Like the foot is much harder than the fist, people. Like the bottom of the foot to your fist, yeah?
Hey.
It's much harder. Like elbows and knee joints, they're a lot harder than fists and feet, yeah? You get that, and the way they used to walk into it, later, man, your whole face, you think you go to sleep, man, waking up, what happened? I just saw his boot and I woke up. That one,
Number 5. 5 times.
I'm gonna make you man laugh,
time.
man. It's not even a super devastating one. Just to make you man laugh, yeah. Finishing with yeah, Yokozuna, man.
Bonsai drop.
Yeah, just to put you in the corner, drag you to the corner, like when you're rigging, they do the move when you first drag you to the corner and just climb up. Like raw. That man weighs half a ton, you know. Why is he climbing up there with that man's neck and chest there, and they just sit on you?
Crush you.
Well,
Yeah,
remember his family members got them using the move now.
That was devastating. Man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And who's that?
Oh yeah. Oh, Nia Jax.
Nia
But
Jax.
that
family.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing,
They
bro.
got little Samoan, little cousins.
I fell off, man.
But see, that's the same confusion we all had back in
I
the
didn't know
90s.
that.
We all thought Yokozuna was Japanese.
Yeah, I thought
and
that too.
and then later on in life, we realized he's not even Japanese, he's
He
Samoan.
Yeah.
He finishing me, but devastating, man. Drag you to the corner, climb up to you, just look around like that, like, yeah, what, and just sit on you.
Oh, and the thing is, you could say to somebody, oh, wrestling's fake. How do you fake that?
How you fake that? 500-pound man dropping in your chest, yeah? How you fake
And the
that?
mad
You
thing
finish?
is, yeah, right, I was watching something and I put it up on my story and reshared it to the Mega Powers Instagram of what's his name, Stone Cold, talking about UFC fighters making a mockery of professional wrestling.
Okay.
And he was saying that how, look, come out, you UFC MMA wrestlers,
Let me do that.
come out on
me
the
do
road
that
with
on
us
you. Yeah.
7 days a week, yeah, wrestle and train. You guys won't be able to do it
Probably not.
because you lot all fight once,
One time, yeah.
one time, and then a couple months later do another. It's just like boxing.
True.
We'll have a fight right now, and then four
3-4
months
months
later you
for
have
the
another
next one,
fight.
yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? Do what wrestlers do. So
They're on the road doing that regular. man.
Yeah, respect it,
Yeah,
man.
man. Body on the line, that's what I said earlier. The body on the line stuff is like, it's unparalleled to any other sport to me, man.
Yeah.
Because it's like constant smashing, being able to do shit properly so you don't hurt each other, all of that. It's mad.
Yeah.
It's mad. And it's death to find some of it. Hardy Brothers, 2 of my favourites. Some of the stuff they used to do, Rey Mysterio. Are you mad? It's crazy.
Yeah, man. All that high risk.
Yeah, high
maneuvers,
risk. If that
through
goes wrong,
tables
someone's
of
hurt.
ladders,
Yeah, some
you know?
people are hurt if that goes wrong.
And the thing about wrestling, bro, it's not like films where you can do a take 1, take 2. You get one time
Right there.
live,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
you
right
gotta
there.
nail it.
Yeah.
yeah, that's why you have to respect the lucha libres.
Yeah.
Those
they
motherfuckers
do, yeah, they do.
in triple A, those motherfuckers can wrestle. When I see them, I'm like.
Yeah, your neck might have broken
It's
if
like
you didn't do
the
that right.
acrobats,
Yeah,
bro.
your neck might have been broken. Yeah, it's true.
That's
Bro,
what's up, man.
That's true.
That's what's up.
I respect that.
Yeah, that, man. So who would you say is like your current favorite, like right now? Who you feeling?
Favorite wrestler right now? Watching what across any of them?
Yeah, just
franchises.
general, man. Yeah. Because you mentioned Sting's retirement. I don't know. Did you see that match?
I did. I watched on social media. I watched Sting's retirement. You know who it was up until a certain point? Lashley.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was just,
Okay.
it was Lashley for a certain point.
So what was it about that almighty Bobby Lashley that did it for you?
You know, he was like a Black Goldberg, man. Like better, technically better, a Black Goldberg, and he was just like, you're not gonna win against this guy, man. You have to be very good in it. That's why I like Lashley. Lashley in the 90s era would have been cold. He would have been a cold character, like a Sid Vicious. He would have been Sid Justice, smashing man. So I like him.
Yeah.
Recent favourites, and there's one down. My nephew likes him, and I like him as well. He's in. It's a tag team, matter of fact. They're in WWE, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a tag team.
Oh,
So
Street
one of them
Profits.
fights- Yeah.
That's
yeah.
right.
Them-
They got the red
Them
solo
man,
pumps now. What you got
them
right now, bro?
Them man, the Street
Yeah.
Profits.
Yeah.
My nephew loves the Street
Well, the
Profits.
Street Profits is with Bobby Lashley,
So they're in the same crew.
Oh,
They're
so
in the
they're the
same
same.
crew now,
Yeah,
yeah.
them man there, man.
and
I
the
like
girl from Hit Row, is with them now.
All right.
Yeah, so they're all.
Oh, they're all connected.
Yeah, they're all
Right.
together.
I have to get acquainted properly and learn the things.
And what do you think about the bloodline? Have you had a chance to see any of that stuff with Roman Reigns?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
It's interesting still. It's interesting, the bloodline, man.
Yeah.
Bloodline don't die, they multiply.
I
Right.
see that.
So let me ask you this question. Obviously, you see man like John Cena, he wraps himself to the ring and that. Like, if you had the opportunity to write a theme song for any wrestler, who would you pick?
Any era?
Any era. Who would you pick on one?
That's a hard one, man. That's a good question, man. Any wrestler from any era, if I could do the theme song for them, I don't know. It'd be like a few. In honesty, I couldn't nail it down to one. It would obviously be Warrior because he's my guy. Yeah, but if I nail it down to a few, I like to do one for Booker T.
Ooh, that'd be a
Yeah.
hey, because his theme music from Harlem Heat,
Yeah,
which he
that's
still
what I'm
uses,
saying.
that is
I
hard.
would have liked to go deep and grab Tesla and do one for Papa Shango.
Ooh.
Papa Shango, black grease coming out man's eyes and shit. Yeah, that bug that's out. My brother used to be scared of that shit. So what did you do? What did you do to him, bro? That Papa Shango's there, man. I went to my room, he's just there, and that black shit coming out of his face and like, yo. That was great, man. Papa Shango was wicked, man. I would have done music for him.
So talking about who you would do songs for, was your favorite theme track, entrance track? Because one of my favorites I could say is like I love Triple H the Game.
Yeah,
He's one we're gonna play the game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like when that comes on, yeah, everybody has to sing it. But what was yours?
My favorite. I've got a few favorite theme tunes, man. I like DX's theme tune. Yeah, they used to come in and say, yeah, that's my shit.
What about NWO?
Yeah, I like
Going to WCW.
Yeah, that was good theme music, man. On the game, like we turn that up, man. When it come on, man. Turn it down, man. Fighting, I turn it down. Yeah,
So if you
man,
can give
turn
us-
up the music.
So if you can give us our top 3 theme tracks that you liked.
All right, DX. What's the other one, man? That one as well, man. I don't know who came out to that, man. Whether it was flipping Booker T or them or whatever.
That's Booker T.
Yeah, that's Booker T.
Yeah, Booker T.
Yeah. 5 times.
Yeah. And what's his name? Cena's, man.
Oh.
That is epic, man.
Do you know Cena's theme music samples MOP?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Oh shit!
Cena's
I didn't
actually-
even know that.
Them man show Cena love. I've seen him in the hip hop circle. He gets rough on them underground ones because they know he's a hip hop guy and a wrestler.
Yeah.
Hard man, innit?
Yeah.
Cena's music, that's the free for me.
Yeah, that's big, bro. That's big, man.
Cena's song's epic.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he comes in on some mad shit, man, and it's you can hear Jay-Z coming,
Time
jigga
is
jigga,
up,
man.
the time is
Yeah, you can
now.
hear that jigga jumping on that or someone on Nas. It's one of them songs. It's like, yeah, man.
Jeez, that's amazing, man. So we're seeing more and more like hip hop moguls. Like you mentioned, West Side Gun is literally in the front row.
Yeah.
Like at nearly
All of
every
them,
AEW thing. He's there. He's got his own wrestling promotion as well.
Fourth row.
Fourth row.
Yeah, man.
You know, so then man, I think he's gonna be like a agent because he's got his own wrestlers now.
Wrestlers,
Trying to get into
bringing
the
them
business.
into the thing, yeah, man.
Yeah,
He's proper serious with the wrestling thing, man.
yeah.
Man. Franchise and all of that coming, yeah.
So do you think that could be the start of a new wave of like hip hop
Yeah.
artists getting
Yeah.
involved in professional wrestling?
Hell yeah, man. I think he's opened a whole new door and he knows he has.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Because he's bring man like us back into the fold. Man that love there, maybe like you don't show mans until you're around man that like that shit. I'm like that. I'm not talking wrestling with man and she say certain things like, oh, you made a light bulb sparkle, let's talk. Yeah, alright, I'm not talking to him man in a minute. Because that's something that's arting from our era. You can't talk to the youngest because they don't know it unless they're into it.
Yeah.
So I think West has opened that door.
Yeah.
That bag of man that's like, yo, it's cool to this like, yo,
Towards
I loved it
wrestling.
then, you know, and that character or that character. West is done and he knows what he's done, man.
Yeah,
Big him up.
And big him up,
big
man.
him up.
And also you
Visionary.
got, yeah, of course. And also you got Wale, who does Wale
Smoke
Mania.
Dizzle, Wale.
Yeah.
Wale Mania every single year as
Action
well.
Bronson, 3 more wrestling guys.
But you know what? You can't forget Booker T because he's got his own wrestling promotion as well,
That's
and
I didn't even know that.
and he's brought in he's brought in so much people to come through the WWE ranks,
Heavy.
and now some of them are at NXT doing very very good. You know, a couple of them is probably gone to AEW now. So you have to big up Booker T.
We got Booker, man.
Yeah.
I like Booker. He's one of my favourites as well across the years, man. I've mentioned him a few times already. So yeah, Booker.
Yeah, big one. So for us to wrap this nicely, man, if we was to compare New Guards to a wrestling faction,
Hey,
who would it be and why?
hey,
What was that group of man that? What's his name? Was in they were that mid-90s to
Was it the Nation of Domination?
Nation of Domination, man. They had what's
we
his name?
are the nation of
My guy with the
domination.
moustache, with a little moustache and an afro. What's his name? The tough one, man.
What's the main guy?
Not Mark Henry.
Not Mark Henry, not Arn Anderson. It was them Arn Anderson times, man.
It's the main guy, isn't it?
Karma Mustafa. Oh, Farouk.
Farouk.
Yeah, all them man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Nation of Domination.
And then remember the
Yeah,
Rock
man.
was in it
Yeah,
as well.
man.
He turned heel.
I think New Guys would have been the Nation of Domination. Maybe DX, man, as well, man. There's a lot of DX in the New Guys, man. Coming out like
Well, not
just
even NWO.
turning up. NWO. That was a whole. That
Them motherfuckers were
you know why I
recruiting
never
people
said
left,
that? You know why I never said that? Because they had so many man.
Yeah.
Because there's so many man. It was just like you never knew who was quiet who. Someone might come out and bust up someone and they got the thing and they got the vest on it. Oh, I didn't even know that. Oh. Yeah, that's how they used to be, man. It's like
Well, they had that black and white, and they had
the red with it. It's like you never knew with that, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, those clips I see them the New Guys would be if he was, man.
Legendary, bro. Legendary. Ray, I want to thank you so much for
No,
kicking it in
no,
the
don't
ring,
shake like that.
Oh.
Don't shake like that. Thank you for put out the other hand. Put out the other. Thank you for coming. No, put out the other hand.
The Mega Power handshake.
You have to do the Mega Power handshake.
There you go.
And that was what episode is?
Episode 19.
19.
Episode 19 of the Mega Powers podcast. You know.
So what's the socials, man? How can the people get in touch with you?
I'm on @Ray Vendetta on most Twitter, X, Instagram, Facebook. Just put Ray Vendetta in some form. You see me.
And if you want to see him wrestle, remember there's a game called Vendetta.
What's that PlayStation 2? PS2. They got my game. They never gave me royalties though, but they got my
Def
game.
Jam Vendetta.
I want my money, Def Jam. Millions, I want my money.
They got pattern up.
I want my money.
there you have it. Ray Vendetta, Magic J, Scan Deuce.
Love, man.
We was the Mega Powers TV, and on to episode 20 coming soon. Peace.
Salute.
Wicked.
Hello, wrestling fans. This is DJ Magic J with
Scan Deuce, the Hip Hop Original.
and we are the Mega Powers TV.
And what we're giving you is exclusive pro wrestling content. You get interviews, you get podcasts, and a whole bunch of other things.
So just remember, peoples, like, comment, share, subscribe to your friends, your family,
Your enemies.
and your loved ones. So just remember, we are the Mega Powers podcast TV, and we do everything else wrestling. The Mega Powers. Two Mega Powers meeting here tonight.
The Mega Powers, brother.
The Mega Powers, yeah. Mega Powers.